Morning, students. Yesterday we read, we knew the method partial fraction, and I taught you question example number 11. So let me take some more examples so that you may be, that expert in this. Example number 12. Question is x square plus 1 upon x square minus 5x plus 6. This is a question. So what to do? Students, can you see that the scenario is looking, this is x square and this is x square. When you will feel that both parts are same, it means it is a proper fraction. So first of all, guys, you will divide to this by this and turn in the proper fraction. So on dividing, one time minus plus minus cancel, it is a 5x, and 1 and 6 will be minus 5, and power of x has been less than this one, so definitely division has been done. And now I'll write my question like in integration this will be changed as I taught you. First I'll write quotient, then I'll write plus remainder upon divisor, like that. Now this has changed into the proper fraction because this is power 2 and power 1. Now what will do? You will separate it in two different terms, like that, this and this. So 1 have integration x, no matter at all. 5 you can take out common, otherwise let it be same, no matter at all. And look at the denominator, this is actually x minus 3 and x minus 2. What I have done? I resolve in the factors. Actually I split and separate in the two factors. One can understand after viewing this position, this is a linear and quadratic. You also can use here the concept of linear term upon quadratic term, which we already have studied in last exercise. But admit my advice, try to follow my advice. Whenever denominator can be separate in the factors, split in a factor, please use a partial fraction method when it is a without square root. When it is a square root, we have only one method, linear upon quadratic term, which already have studied in last exercise. But when it is a without square root, and if these two can be separate in the factor, please use a partial fraction method. Okay. So now after breaking in partial in a factors, I got a situation that denominator have a factor without repeating. So I'll go with equation 1. I'll take 5x minus 5 upon x minus 2 x minus 3 equal to, and use a partial fraction method, which is a upon and b upon a upon b upon, and then use same method. Take LCM here, copy. What is coming with a? X minus 3. What is coming with b? X minus 2. Already same, cancelled. So remaining is, can you see, this is, now I taught you, you have to find the value of capital A and capital B just by using value putting method, because these two are linear factor. You know that how we can make it 0? Just putting x equal to 3. So put 3 in all the way, in all the equation. Look at 5 3s are 15. 15 minus 5, 10. X equal to 3, this is 0. X equal to 3 minus 2, 1. So b is equal to 10 we got. And after putting that, x equal to 2, so that it gets 0. 2 5s are 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. A. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So that a will be minus 5. So hope you have got a and b. Now put a and b in this equation. So 5x minus 5 upon x minus 2 x minus 3 will be a upon. So what is a? Minus 5 upon x minus 2. And what is a b? 10 upon x minus 3. So till here you have actually resolved this algebraic fraction into the partial fraction, and that is maybe destination, because now you will use the equation number 1. Can you see equation 1? I equal to, this was x, but this term, now we have got same as this one, minus 5 upon x minus 2 plus 10 upon x minus 3 and dx, and do now integration. So definitely it's a plus. So answer will be minus of 5 integration of, I am doing directly now, integration of first term, integration of second term. So what is integration of first term? Minus 5 is a constant value, will come out. 1 upon x minus 2 have integration log x minus 2. And 10 will come as it is. And 1 by x minus 3 is the log of x minus 3. And plus c. So last answer will be given x plus and minus 5 log x minus 2 plus 10 log x minus 3 plus c, and that's the final answer from my side. So hope you've got the method, as well as this is very important question, because the question came as a improper fraction. So I taught you the division, turn in a proper fraction, split in a factors, middle term splitting, use the middle term splitting and get the factorization of the denominator. After doing so, take a separate, resolve the partial fraction, getting answer, put here and do the integration, and that's all. Okay. So let me take some more question. This is a question number, example number 12 I took. So let me tell you one thing, that first of all we will do all the questions which based on the type 1, so that we will drop some example between them which actually depends on the other type. Okay. Example number 12 we recently have done. Example number 13 based on some other type, so I will do it later. Example number 14 I want to tell, because it based on the type 1. Look at this, very important again. The question has come like that. Now first question may come in your mind that it is x square, it is a quadratic, no matter at all, but what about the denominator? Denominator have x square, it's a quadratic one, it is again quadratic, but I taught you the linear factor. In denominator factors should be linear, but it is not linear. But the question is very special. Why? Because x square is here, also x square is here. So what I do now, look at, take only this one. Try to understand what I am telling you. This is a part of the partial fraction, and slowly you can catch it. This is x square upon x square plus 1, x square plus 4. This is the question of partial fraction, and integration is not involved here. So whatever I will do the method, it's a pure method of partial fraction. So in case of partial fraction, when x square is coming here, x square is coming here, and x square is coming here, all the term of x is same. So for conveniency, you assume x square equal to y. And what will happen? It is y, and it is y. Question has changed in the type 1 concept. Type 1, what type 1 says? In denominator, factors are linear. Look at linear without repeating. Whereas whole power is also 1. But when you will see this one, this is not the type 1. But I intentionally use this concept and turn like that. If you supposed to hear minus 4, I am sorry to say, but I tell you that x square minus 4 can be separated in two terms, like x minus 2, x plus 2. And that time I am helpless to take this one. I'm helpless to take this one. So hope till here you have got the concept, when even it is not the type 1 question, but it can be turned in type 1 question by substituting x square equal to y. So only you have done, you have put x square equal to y because everywhere what it was looking x square. Now question has changed. Now what you will do? What you will do? Do a same a upon first factor, b upon second factor, and you don't worry that question has changed in y. Do same a with y plus 4 and b with b y plus 1, and it is a y. What we'll do now? Put as usual. How we can make it 0? Put y equal to minus 4. So it is a minus 4. It's 0. And this is minus 4 plus 1 minus 3. So whole answer is a 4 by 3. You got b equal to. Now put y equal to minus 1. You know this gonna be 0. So minus 1 equal to minus 1 plus 4 is a 3. So a will be minus 1 by 3. Now you got a and b, so put in 1. So question has changed y upon, look at properly, y plus 1, y plus 4 equal to a upon. So what is a? Minus 1 by 3. So look at how we can put the value. A equal to minus 1 by 3 will be written minus 1 upon 3 like that. Like that. And along with what? Y plus 1. So write y plus 1 here. So learn that. That is very important to write. So b is equal to what? So 4 by 3. So 4 by 3, how we can write 4 by 3? 4 by 3. You know? And with this y plus 4. So write y plus 4. And now, can you see that you assumed y equal to x square? Don't integrate, but put y equal to x square. Put again y equal to x square. So it's gonna be x square. Because question was in x square. For little conveniency, we did we assumed x square equal to y. Now again put. So question has been changed like that. So you already separated in partial fraction. Put y equal to x square plus 1, and this is x square plus 4. Now question was this one, and you got the partial fraction. Now it's time to integration I, because when you will put this value here, it is I. So I will be minus 1 by 3 x square plus 1 and 4 upon 3 x square plus 4. You know, now separate the integration in two part. 1 by 3 1 upon x square plus 1 dx, and 4 by 3 1 upon x square plus 4 dx. Now very important term I'm telling you, look at. Till the last 2 or 3 question, 1 by linear part was coming. So I used to write log. But this time 1 upon x square plus 1, it is standard formula. 1 upon 7 formula I taught you. And 1 upon 1 plus x square is a standard one, is a tan inverse x. So write student here tan inverse x. And that is also very important, guys. This is 4. So you will write 2 square. And try to understand the formulas. Now take the list of the formulas. 7 formulas I taught. One of the formula is 1 upon x square plus a square. What is the formula? Look at x square plus a square is 1 upon a tan inverse x upon a. Use this formula here. So right answer 1 by 3 tan inverse x plus 4 by 3. So answer 1 by a. What is a? 2 tan inverse x by a, meaning 2 plus c, and balance 2 2s are 4, 2 by 3, and get your answer. So this is the answer from my side. This was very important question. Do the hard work regarding that. Not tough, but it needs the practice. It needs practice only. Okay. So this is a example number. It was 14. Okay. Now one more 15. It is looking to me, which I must tell you right now. 15 15th one is I equal to 3 sine, it was 5 here, you don't worry about that, minus 2 cos phi and d phi. So this is a question, again easy question it is, but try to understand that when question is coming to you now, you will definitely get confused, but as far as the exam is concerned, this is gonna be key question. This is very important. Look at, I tell you, it's definitely it's a cos phi d phi, and it is denominator we have a sine. this is cos square, but can be changed in sign. So I will first try to convert whole denominator in sign, and after doing so, I will let sine phi equal to t, because differentiation of sine is a cos. So even you are doing partial fraction method, but the previous method can be used anytime. So what I'll do now, look at 3 sine phi minus 2 cos phi d phi upon that cos square theta is 1 minus sine square theta, phi, 4 sine phi. And after one, 3 sine phi minus 2 cos phi d phi upon 5 minus, open the bracket, plus sine square phi, 4 sine phi. After this, 3 sine phi minus 2 cos phi d phi upon sine square phi, 4 sine phi, and this is 4. And what you will do now, student? Sine phi equal to t. So differentiation of these two, cos phi d phi equal to dt. You remember that? And same assumption we already done in previous exercises. So cos phi d phi will be dt. So answer will be I equal to 3t minus 2. These two will be dt, and t square minus 4t plus 4. Question is changed like that. So you know that now it's 3t minus 2 upon t square minus 4t plus 4. It has come, and the thing which I should now realize that this question is of the type 2, because instead of that 4, if you're supposed to have some other number, question may be easy with you, but it's a 4 is coming, so it's gonna be type 2 question. So okay, I'm leaving the question right here. Why? Don't think negative, because this term can be written t minus 2 whole square. And student, t minus 2 whole square it is now. So linear and repetition. So it's a type 2. I taught you linear and without repeating. And this is a linear and repeating. So you don't worry. This work will not be useless. It definitely will be used. But the method was important. This is type 2 question and will be done later. So okay. Now I'm leaving the job right here because it is a pending question. Type 2 when I will teach you, I will tell you this one. Okay, so now your job to do only the exercise, and I'm writing some question with numbers that you will do this. In exercise, question number 1, question 2, question number 3, question 4, question 5, question number 12, question number 11, question number 10, and okay, question number 17. Now these questions, question number 19, these questions are based on the type 1. So you do please. Tomorrow we'll continue that. Thank you.